Hello, my loves, and welcome back to the Can't Stop Talking podcast. This episode's going to be a little different because I took an edible and now it's going to be the race against making sure that I get this podcast episode out before the edible hits. Because I took the edible and then I went to take a shower. And while I was in the shower, I was just having all these shower thoughts. And I was like, I want to record the podcast. Like, I want to record it now. And inspiration hit. And I was like, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just try. Let's just see what happens. It might be the best episode we ever do. So, in this episode, we're just going to talk like we're on FaceTime. And basically, I just have little different stories for you, how I got my luck back, retrograde ending, all that stuff. So I'm so excited for this episode, like always. So this weekend, I went and I saw Somber at Red Rocks with my family, my brother, my sister, his wife's sister, her husband. It was literally so much fucking fun. I've seen Somber before at Coachella, and I was like in disbelief. Me and my friends were dancing the whole fucking time. And when his set ended, I literally was like, this kid's going to be a prodigy. And I was like, this kid is going to be Prince. Like, he literally reminds me like a Prince. Like, that's the vibe that I'm getting, like the aura. And not that I ever went to a Prince concert, but you know what I mean? And so it's so crazy when that happens because right after I said that, after Coachella, Taylor Swift was like, this kid's prodigy. I was like, I agree. And then I was scrolling on TikTok today and saw someone had a video of him from Lala, and someone wrote in one of the comments and was like, um, he literally looks like Prince here. Like, his outfit's like Prince. And I was like, exactly. Like, that's when I feel like we're living in a simulation where like it's either that we all have the same thoughts or like I say something and then like exactly what I say, someone else says. And I'm like, I've never had a like, what is it called? Not an individual thought. I've never had a original thought in my life. Like, it's crazy. So anyway, Somber was amazing. If you have the chance to see him, go see him. That was my first Red Rocks and it did not disappoint, but I knew that I got my luck back on the way to I was on my flight and a girl turned to me and there was no one in the middle seat. So I was on my flight to Denver and there was no one in the middle seat. She was in the window, I was in the aisle, and she turned to me and she was like, do you think like the seat's gonna stay open? And in my head I was like, little does she know, like, this is my thing. Like, if you're new here, by the way, to the podcast, one time I was like, people are like, you can make a belief about anything. And I was like, you can make a belief about anything. And if you know me and you've listened to this podcast before, I don't know everything. And that's why I do experiments. And so I feel like a lot of people online talk about manifestation, but they don't actually like test it out. I test stuff out with myself. And then I tell you guys what works, what doesn't work, yada, yada. And so I would hear everyone say everything, you can make anything into a belief. And I was like, I feel like this is bullshit. And so I started doing it. And I decided one day, I was like, what's the most random fucking belief that I can have that I'll know this stuff is real? And I hate flying. So I was like, why don't I decide that 80% of the time I fly, I have a seat open next to me? I decided to make that belief. What happens next? If you're not new here, you know, I started getting on the plane and I swear to God, at this point it's like 90%, but I would get on the plane and there would be no one in the seat open next to me, or there would be no one in the seat next to me. And I'd be like, oh, it worked. And then like I would get on the plane again and I would literally have the pilot get over the loudspeaker and he would be like, hey, like, you guys shouldn't have someone in your seat next to you. Like, everyone should have a seat open next to them on this plane because there's not enough people on this plane. That has happened to me multiple times. I've gotten on flights where the whole plane is supposed to be full and literally the seat open next to me, the only seat will be open. I've gone on flights to abroad and have the whole row to myself. Like, it is absolutely insane. And that's when I realized like you can literally make a belief about anything. So anyways, I get on the plane. This girl who's at the window, there's a seat open in the middle and there's me. Guys, the edible might be me like literally saying the same thing over and over again. Like, we'll see what happens with this episode. Cross our fingers. So anyways, the girl is like, yeah, do you think anyone's going to be in the seat? And I was like, I don't think so. Like, I'm really good at this. I said that to her. I was like, I don't think so. I'm really good at this thing. I didn't tell her that I have a belief. Yada, yada. I was just like, I'm pretty good at this. I don't think anyone's going to come. And she was like, well, look at your screen because your screen should say your name on it. I was on United. And she was like, I tapped the middle screen and it doesn't say anyone's name. And so I tapped my screen. It said, hello, welcome, Samantha, you manifesting queen. And I was like, oh my God, my TV says my name. And the girl was like, I think we did it. And of course, we did it, Joe. And we had the seat open next to us. And I just felt like my luck. I was like, thank God this retrograde is actually ending and my luck is back. And I want to preface this, you guys, with I told you guys last episode that like I wasn't a big believer in retrograde. I absolutely believe in it now. I'm not even joking. Like, I don't know what the fuck that last month was. I 100% believe in it, but I still won't let it like bully me. Like I said, yes, um, retrograde could be a thing, but at the same time, like I said, you can make a belief about anything. So you can make a belief that like retrograde, although it's real, it doesn't affect you at all. Like we can make beliefs about anything. So we will bully the retrograde back. But anyways, I really did feel it. And apparently the shadow period is till a 6. And I'm not surprised because so much annoying shit is still happening, but I'm in a better mood, but I'm manifesting amazing things and my luck is back. So if you've still been feeling this way, I just want you to know like there's only a couple days. Don't worry. But this was just the strongest retrograde I've ever felt. And that's why I didn't believe in any of the other ones. And so I wouldn't be surprised if this shadow period is, you know, pretty bad too. But good at the same time because you guys will hear. So, anyways, that week I had said to my friend, I really want to see the Michael Jackson movie. And I was like, I wanted to go to the theaters to see it, but I couldn't. And I was thinking to myself, like, when am I going to see it? I go on the plane and the Michael Jackson movie is there. Now, you guys, it is crazy. Let's separate the person or the art from the artist because I know about the allegations. I'm not stupid. I grew up in a time when, as a kid, it was like, are these allegations real? Are they not? Yada, yada. We are not talking about him and his allegations. I think if those allegations are true, that's disgusting and horrible. Yada, yada. You guys probably know where I stand. But I want to talk about Michael Jackson as the performer because this is fucking interesting. And this is the reason I wanted to watch the movie. Because, and I take this exactly from Google, Michael Jackson's nephew, Jafar Jackson, he's the one who plays Michael Jackson in the movie. He was like asked, like, what was the most surprising thing that you learned about your uncle, about Michael Jackson? And he said that Michael had an incredible belief in manifestation. I was literally like geeking out. Like, I made a TikTok about this because I could not believe that one of the biggest stars in the world like uses manifestation. But when I say that out loud, I'm like, of course I could believe that. Of course I could believe that. Duh. The biggest star in the world, he wouldn't not be using manifestation. That's how we got there. And so they what he did is Jafar Jackson, while reviewing his uncle's personal journals and handwritten notes to prepare for his role in the biographical, but what? You guys, I'm already dyslexic, so this is going to be bad. Film Michael Jafar Jackson discovered that Michael practiced intense mental discipline. See, what he did, daily rituals. Michael meditated for 30 minutes straight, focusing purely on his mantras. 2, written affirmations. He wrote down his exact goals and placed the notes directly on the mirrors and ceilings so he would see them every single day. 3, mindset. Jafar noted that his uncle's success was driven by a deliberate pursuit to greatness through rehearsing belief before it became reality. And then Austin Brown, another nephew and musician, recalled late night conversations with Michael at his ranch where his uncle taught him about the power of the mind. Brain power. Michael warned him to watch his thoughts closely, stating, your brain is so incredibly powerful, so be very, very careful with what you put out there. Limitless ideas. Michael actively showed him that no creative idea or goal is unattainable if you focus your mind on the bigger picture. Oh, you guys know how hard that was for me to read, but like I had to read it to you. So I just think it's so cool. And people are always like, do you believe in manifestation? Or like, I had a client once see this video of this girl being like, I feel like manifestation's bullshit. I say this all the time. I would have not quit my high paying or amazing, high paying at the time because I was fresh out of college, but like well paying job at Saks Fifth Avenue where I was getting Chanel bags for 90% off if I didn't believe that manifestation was real. Like I would have not quit my job and feared being cringe on the internet and literally put my whole life on the line and tell my dad that I got fired when I really quit my job. I wouldn't put myself out there the way I did and leap and take the fear if I didn't feel like I needed to teach everyone this. Like that's what it really came down to. Of like, I was just like, I cannot be on my deathbed at the end of this life and not have told as many people as I can about manifestation because I fully believe it with every fiber of my being. And to back that up, I was telling my client, like, look at the 1% of the 1%. Ariana Grande talks about manifestation in her song. Oprah Winfrey talks about manifestation. uh, MGK, uh, I have so many people. Oh, Steve Harvey, Big Sean. Like when you go to Dua Lipa, it's insane how many people. Lady Gaga, like it is insane. I could go on and on and on. Those are just the ones from the top of my head, but they talk about using manifestation. And if you think about it, it's like success leaves clues. So if the people who are at the top of, their fame and height, they all talk about using manifestation, then that is a clue. And that's how I got to where I am, is that I follow these clues that people leave behind. It's not hard. It's just seeing like, oh, I don't have to reinvent the wheel. And one of those things was literally manifestation. I was like, this makes it's it it's a cheat code because you just see all these people telling you exactly what they did. They said that they manifested, and that's why they're there. It's like, oh, obviously I'm going to do that too. Duh. Alex Earl talks about manifestation. Like I could just go on like Kim Kardashian. Like, do I need to say more? Chris, like, duh. I don't know. So when people are like, how do you believe that? I'm like, how do you not? Like, what are we talking about? If they're doing it and they're, you know, most people would just dream to accomplish that. I'm doing it. I'm definitely doing it. So anyways, my luck did come back, and I do want to say something about when everything looks like it's going wrong. So like last month, if you didn't listen to last episode, I had an ant infestation that was worse than it's like I've never seen anything like this. And so I had an ant infestation, and basically the ants actually led to something amazing that I've been trying to figure out. So because of the ants, I live above garages, and what was going on is my electricity every single month was so high, and we could not figure out why my electricity was so high. It was like $400. And I talked to my landlord, and he was like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know why it's so high. And he was like, maybe it's something in those garages. Here's the thing. I don't actually own those garages. They're not mine. Like, I don't know the code to them. And he was like, we're going to have to figure it out. And I was like, great. Like, great. Anyways, because of the ants, what happened is they couldn't get the ants. The guy had to keep coming back, So eventually he was like, I need to get in those garages. So we got in touch with the people who owns the garages, opened up the garages. We found out that in one of the garages was a humidifier that was literally running 24 hours a day because there was a really nice car in there. So the owner wanted the car staying nice. I don't know what it does, but it was running 24 hours a day. And so because of that, because of the ant guy got in the garages, I was able to tell my landlord that, and he worked out that I was going to get $200 off my bill every single month. And I was going to get credited $200 for all the months that we missed. And the cool thing is, you guys, one, like they shut off the humidifier. And so now my bill is literally going to be like less than $100 a month. And so I'm actually going to be making money off this. And I literally just looked at my email too, and California, sometimes they do credits. This month they're doing a credit for like gas, and the next month they're doing 2 electrical credits. So like I'll also get, it was like $45 off your bill. The next 2 months after that, it was like $40 off your bill. And so like I'm literally going to be crediting or pocketing now $140 a month. And the craziest thing about this is that one of the things that I wrote down when I was trying to get my new place was I wanted it to be $2,800 a month. I live in California, it's expensive, yada, yada. I found a place and it was $3,000 a month. Now, and at the time I was like, damn, I didn't get the, down to the rent. Well, little do I know, 6 months later, I literally got the exact rent, $2,800, and they're crediting the months that didn't have that and going forward all the rest of the months. So literally my rent now is $2,800, like it always has been. It's like I reversed time. It's like I rewrote time and got my manifestation. Like, insane. And I just want everyone to know, because like if you're ever sitting there and you're like, damn, like I really wanted this specific thing at this specific time and it didn't happen, that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. You don't know when it's going to happen. You don't know what needs to like be moved around for order for it to happen. Like the universe has to literally make its path, and you don't know. And so I literally felt like I revised my path. And so if you didn't get your manifestation yet, don't let your mind trick you into think it's not coming. You decide it's coming. Period. And I was obsessed with that. And so what other things happened that were amazing this month? I went to a workout class when retrograde ended, and I walked in and the instructor was like, "Oh my God, I already checked you in." And I go to my friend and I was like, "Oh my God, like the instructor finally knows who I am, like yada yada." She checked me in. You guys, I leave the class and I go online or I go on ClassPass to like book another class. And I'm like, "Oh my God, that's so weird. It says I have the same class I took today tomorrow." And then I realized I never actually signed up for her class. So that means that I walked into that class and she said like, "Oh, you're all good. I already like checked you off the list. I already signed you in." And I thought that's because she knows who I am. Who knows who she signed in? She signed in a random girl. I don't know if she even knows my name. And the best part is, I told my friend that who was at the class. She was like, "Sam, do you know how lucky you are? Because one, you didn't have to sign in. She signed everyone in, or who she thought you were. And then two, the whole Pilates room was full except for one seat. So like one girl must have just not come, and I took her class and I got it for free. So I was able to take that class for free, and then I also got my credits back for the next day because I wasn't going to take the class again. It was insane. It was insane. The next thing is I found a flight home from Greece. I'm going to Greece literally on Wednesday. I'm so excited. And I was waiting to I opened up a new Chase card. If you guys don't have Chase, it's amazing. Like, get the Chase card that gets you the lounge. I think it's the reserve. Anyways, so I was opening up the Chase card to get 160,000 points so I can get a business class flight home from Greece. And I'm going to Greece next week. I didn't have my flight even 2 weeks ago because I need to get the points because I just opened up the card and I need to spend $6,000 in order to get the points. So I spent the $6,000. I just got my points like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, it's really late. How am I going to find a good flight? Like, this is going to be impossible, right? But then I was like, wait, I'm a fucking master manifester. I'm deciding that it doesn't matter when I look. There's going to be a flight that's just like weirdly like cheaper than all the rest. You guys, I found a flight from Amsterdam directly to San Diego. And there's another flight too. I think it's like Athens to Amsterdam. So two flights together for 60,000 points. This is insane. Like, every other flight I looked at was like 160,000 points, 60,000 points. When you actually convert points into like dollars, 60,000 points is $600. That means I got a business flight, meaning like business flight, first class. It's the same thing on this flight. It's lay down. I took a video of this last year. I'll do it again for you guys. You get meals, you get unlimited alcohol, lay down, like socks, like an eye mask. Like, literally I could cry. Like, this is my one goal in life. And I'm getting all that for like $600, like only 60,000 points. Like, it's insane. I can't even believe it. It's cheaper than my flight there. That's like economy. Like, my flight there was like 800. Like, it's insane. And so just know that like you can have whatever you freaking want. And why this is so cool too is, one, I was like, oh no, like the day that I'm leaving, we booked ferries with our friends. And I was like, I'm going to have to like get reimbursed for the ferry because my friend booked it for me and I needed to be there like a day early for this flight. And I texted my friend, I was like, can you send me like the information about the ferry that you booked for us? Because like I need to change it. And I was like, I'm just going to like waste my money on this ferry and just book a new one. She was like, oh, wait, it turns out that I only booked our first ferry. I haven't booked the second one yet. So it worked out perfectly too because she didn't even book the second ferry. Like, it was amazing. Anyways, why this business class flight is such a big deal for me too is that my main goal in life, this sounds crazy, not my main goal, my main like luxury goal or whatever is I hate flying, like I told you guys. And so like my goal in life is just like be rich and wealthy enough that like I can take the first class or business class flights when I go abroad whenever I want, like on the way there, on the way back. Like, that is literally my like one goal. It probably sounds dumb to most people, but like, I don't know. I don't need a private jet. I don't need anything like that. I just want the lay down. Like, I have horrible scoliosis. Like, there's just my one thing. And I thought I was going to take years to get. And I luckily did it last year. I used my points. I think my flight was like 170,000 points last year for one way. And I got the points this year. And I was like, damn, when's the next time I'm going to be able to do this? And I just realized that I started ads, and ads have been amazing for my business. It's been incredible. But because of ads, you spend so much money on your ads and you get points on your credit card. And someone wrote a post in the Facebook group that I'm in, and she's like, I have so many points from doing ads that I've been able to take like my whole family on trips abroad and like the whole thing paid for. And I realized in that moment, I thought my dream of like being in first class would take so long. And it actually turns out that like I can use all of those points from ads that I'm going to be getting for the next how many years that I run ads. Like, and I could be doing first class, business class every time I want to go abroad. And like I was like, this dream is something that didn't think I would hit till like 45, 50. I don't even know. And it's just like crazy that it's like it's not in the way that I thought. Like I thought it would be like just having so much money that like an extra, $4,000 on business flight wouldn't, hurt. And I wouldn't say the word hurt, but like wouldn't feel like, you're paying your whole rent. And I do strive to get there one day where it's like, oh, I can buy the $10,000 one. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't even matter. But it's cool because I thought it was going to come in that way where I was just going to have so much excess money that I was just going to be paying for these flights. And like, yes, I'm doing well, obviously, but it happened in a way where it's like it's from the points. And so it's like I don't need to have excess $4,000, $10,000 like for every single flight. I'll have these points from doing ads, and it happened so much quicker. And yes, the ads are also making me money, but it's just like so crazy because points, if you guys don't know, is such a better, like saves you so much money, as you can see. So anyways, the last thing I want to say, because then I really do need to go because it's hitting, is today, actually two things. One, now that all my haters are gone, thank God I can finally tell you guys. Oh my gosh, I saved this for my girls, but I had to tell you guys because this month I was telling you the retrograde. I was itching down there. This is like TMI. I've never said anything like this on the podcast. I was itching down there and I was like, what's going on? And it was like for weeks. And I was like, I really don't want to go to the gyno. Like I'm freaking out. And I was saying to myself, like, wait, I don't have to let this like health thing happen to me. I get to decide. I don't have to let this thing bully me. I can be like, nope, I already figured out what it is. Like I decided that like, I figured out what it is and it's healed. Anyways, I have this thought to go online and look up the toilet paper that I'm using. I typed in for my Costco girls, this what I beware Kirkland toilet paper because I by accidentally bought that this month. I meant to buy Charmin, but it's in the same color side by side. And I bought the wrong one and I bought Kirkland. Video after video, you guys, Reddit posts about people being like, this caused me itching down there. Like for years, I couldn't figure it out. I tried to go to every doctor. I tried everything. I spent so much money. And then I finally figured out it was my toilet paper. It was the Kirkland toilet paper. Apparently it has like so much bleach on it, yada, yada. So I felt horrible throwing it out. Luckily, but I just felt bad for the environment. But I got the Cottonelle and I'm already feeling better. But this is just a PSA, ladies. Like I had to tell you guys, I couldn't gatekeep this because I'm like, what if this happens to another one of my queens? Like it was a horrible experience. Like I'm telling you, retrograde vibes. And so just know, like if anything like that's happening to you, like look up your toilet paper maybe because like people were saying online, like, I don't know how Kirkland hasn't been sued for this. Like, how has Costco not been sued for this toilet paper? I love everything else there. I love me a Costco, but like, oh my God, thank God I wasn't someone who like spent years having this. And so remember too that you can decide like, nope, my problem solved. I'm healthy, period, done. And you'll find the solution. So the last thing I want to say is with this retrograde today, I was like, where's my passport? Like, LOL, I should probably like, I'm leaving Wednesday, like I should get my passport, whatever. I look in the two spots that's supposed to be in, no passport. I start going, hey, fucking liar. Cause I'm like, yes, we all know I'm type B, basically type C, but like, I'm not, I know where my passport is. Like I have two spots I put my passport. I'm type A about my passport. I know where my passport is. You guys, I tear up this apartment. I tear it up. I'm looking everywhere. I'm like, what the freaking heck? But like I said, I do the experiments for you, right? And so I was like, wait, I'm my own guinea pig. We know exactly what to do. So I paused. I got present, right? Stopped worrying. That's the thing. When you're worrying in these situations, that's what's going to push your manifestation away. So I just got present, stopped worrying, and I said my famous quote, what is mine will find its way back to me. If you guys don't know, this saying, if you've lost something, what is mine will find its way back to me. I have made 2 videos about this on TikTok, and I've told people this is my holy grail. I've literally found IDs. I found AirPods that were stolen. I found so much stuff from saying this affirmation, what is mine will find its way back to me. And I gave this to my guy friends, and it's so cute because one of my guy friends lost their phone 8 times and used this affirmation, literally got it back 8 times. He's obsessed with it. He said to me one day, he was like, I use your affirmation. Like, that's how. He was at Coachella one year, lost his phone, and he literally was mumbling to himself, what is mine will find its way back to me. He goes to the lost and found, and they had his phone. This affirmation, and why I want to say that I created 2 videos on TikTok about this affirmation is because I have comment after comment being like, I'll come back if this worked. And I have comment after comment saying, it worked. Holy shit, it worked. Holy shit, I lost my passport. I said, what is mine will find its way back to me. It worked. Like, people are constantly being like, this worked. Like, all the comments, like, it's amazing. And so anyways, I said that to myself, what is mine will find its way back to me. Yes, worry still came up, but I would calm myself down, go to the present moment. I would say, I just kept saying back to myself, what is mine? What is mine will find its way back to me. Finally, I had already tore up my apartment. I already checked my car. I already checked everywhere. I was like, let me check my car one more time. I go downstairs and I check in the side of my car door. It's in there. The only reason that could have happened is because when I went to go get my global entry, I brought my passport and I must have like gone into a store and be like, I want to hide my passport and put it there. You guys, oh, I just love that affirmation. Like, I can't believe I almost couldn't go to Greece because of that. So remember, you don't have to work harder. You don't have to like try harder to find something. You don't have to, try harder to get the business class flight, whatever it is. You just have to decide, or with your health, whatever it is, you just have to sit there and decide what you want, right? Decide that what is mine will find its way back to me. I didn't have to go and like file for a new passport or anything. I just needed to manifest. Like, that is the truth. And like, listen to Michael Jackson, listen to Ariana Grande, listen to Oprah, listen to Kim Kardashian about manifesting, because it is real and it works. And I love you guys all so much. And now I'm going to go watch some TV and I just have some sweet dreams. So I love you guys.